Hi everyone, I'm here to give you an exciting update on the state of the Drupal brand. As Dries stated during his recent Dries Note presentation at DrupalCon Portland, marketing is just as important as technical innovation. So we've recently conducted a brand audit to ensure that the brand identity of Drupal was representing the totality of the community. This gave us an opportunity to update Drupal's design system so that we have a consistent visual language and modern expression of the brand. So today, I'm going to break down the entire design system and give you an inside look at all of the rationale behind our decision making. But first, I want to ground us all in the history and the essence of Drupal. When Drupal was born, it was really the spirit of the internet, the purest form of what communication was supposed to be. There's a reason that the internet started as open. It was about the sharing of information and stories. And that's how digital freedom and communities were born. Openness is this precious resource that has to be farmed and cultivated by people who care. With some brands, you have to create originality, that uniqueness that sets you apart. But with Drupal, there has always been a unique and beautiful community already baked into the brand. So now we have to take all this great energy and shape it into a visual expression that unearths and celebrates the vibrancy of this community. And every brand starts with the brand foundation. And the foundation here is this: Drupal has a soul. It's purpose over product, an open web for everyone. And this brand foundation ladders up to the brand expression. And that brand expression is comprised of 4 key areas of focus: repositioning the brand with an efficient logo design, using color to modernize and elevate the company's look, strategically keeping up with audience evolution, and keeping key values in messaging by offering new expressions for a changing world. So let's break these areas down. The brand identity starts with the logo, and obviously, the Drupal drop here is the most iconic part. We don't want to move away from that. We want to refine it. This is an evolution, not a revolution. The Drupal drop represents the fluid nature of the open web. It creates a ripple effect that extends outwards, creating an impact greater than its size. The drop itself is made up of several elements that represent the community that makes Drupal happen. There's the greater drop that represents classic Drupal and the impact that it has had on the open web. Then there's the community drop that represents many parts coming together to create a cohesive whole, something new and beautiful. And finally, the individual drop. Drupal couldn't exist without individual contributions. It starts with a single person. When you add all of the people together, the impact is immeasurable. And then there's the color palette. Our evolved palette represents communities and the boldness of future possibilities and variety. We have both a lighter and a darker blue, a lavender and a deeper navy, and an earthy green, as well as a vibrant orangey red and a yellow. All of these colors were poured into a combination of gradients that can be used in interesting ways. And of course, the color system was designed with accessibility in mind, and we provide a curated selection of these combinations. Next, we've added our brand elements. We want our brand to appeal to both passionate veterans of Drupal as well as a rising tide of newcomers. This piece of the design system is a big part in mashing up the styles that appeal to both audiences. These include a set of GUI block-inspired frames. If you think about it, buttons, blocks, and icons are the natural language of the internet itself. These classic familiar elements have been stylized and then offset with this tactile pattern to underscore our maker culture. Drupal is where tactile meets digital. These frames can then be used in a variety of colors and styles to house text or other important visual elements. Additionally, we also have a new set of brand patterns. These patterns harken back to when the internet was new and fresh and fun. They're inspired by PSD patterns, old liquid screensavers, and classic computer grids, but also stylized with uniform colors that can be ownable by a brand. The next important element of any design system is the typography. For our main typeface, we chose ZT Gotha, a clean and modern open source font. It has these really Nice, unique alternate characters allowing you to add subtlety and customization to make each word your own. And we paired this with a secondary typeface called Noto Sans. This is what's considered a world font as it supports multiple language options. This set of typefaces makes for a really versatile and powerful pairing. Okay, so let's talk about putting it all together. When we combined photography with our new color palette and the GUI Windows system, you can see the variety of types of layout options that will be available to you to keep the brand both fresh and flexible. And let's not forget all of the fun swag and event experiences that we have in store. Some of you were lucky to catch one of the coveted bucket hats thrown into the crowd by Dries. Be on the lookout for even more fresh brand swag, as well as an updated event experience. And all of the visual elements that you saw in this video are available today to the community on our very own data asset management system. You can go on here and download any of these elements and use them in your marketing materials as you represent Drupal out in the world. And this DAM will give us all a single source of truth for brand governance, so that the brand remains consistent and powerful in all that we do. As a creative director, I can't tell you how much I rely on a data asset management system. And the most beautiful part about it is, my creative teams are no longer being targeted by everyone else in the company to hunt down assets on their behalf. All we have to do is send a single URL link, and all of the assets are right there in one place. And this is built using a product called Acquia DAM that many other global companies are already using, like New Balance, Crayola, T-Mobile, and Energizer. So I invite all of you to check out Drupal's instance of the Acquia DAM by scanning this QR code. And please explore and use all of the new brand assets. And remember, we're all in this together. So let's take Drupal to the moon.